Okay, so we're finally moving along here with the 1J Fox body, trying to diagnose that that misfire I was getting at the track on Sunday. So I've kind of narrowed it down to what I think it might be with doing some research and having a few people message me that it could be the spark plug gap. Okay, so what I'm running on, the gap I'm running right now is around 22 thousandths. Okay, so I always thought that was going to be the lowest you could go. I did not know you could go lower than that. So someone messaged me and told me that they run all the way down to like 17, which you know, I didn't know that, so I'm gonna try that. I got a brand new set of plugs here, and got them all gapped already using a feeler gauge. See, I use a feeler gauge, not really like one of those gapping. I have one of these too. I have one of these style little gapper tools, whatever, but I like to use the feeler gauges. They're just a lot more accurate. So yeah, so what we were getting was basically like it felt like it was missing or breaking up right around 330 kPa, which if you do the math, you take away 1 atmosphere and you're left with like 230 kPa. So if you translate that to PSI, it's like 32 or 33 pounds of boost. But yeah, so what I need to do is I'm going to replicate that exact same thing, you know, data log it with the new plugs that I'm going to put in, and let's see if it goes away. If it goes away, then we found our problem. I was worried that it was going to be like valve float. Okay, I don't know how much more I can go on stock valve springs. You know, like I said, this motor hasn't been opened. It's a stock 1J, you know, just with a turbo, injectors, the R8 coils, ECU master ECU, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is stock. Okay, so that includes the valve springs. And I know that there's no aftermarket cams or anything, so I know that when you do aftermarket cams, you got to upgrade the valve springs, but I'm also aware that as your boost goes up, it likes to hold valves open too. I am aware of that, but I don't know if that's what's going on or not. I'm hoping not. That could cause pretty catastrophic engine damage. So I'm thinking not too distant future, we'll be doing some valve springs. That's a pretty cheap like insurance, you know, and you don't have to take the whole engine apart to do it. You can actually do it with the heads right on the car. So. But yeah, let me go ahead and change these plugs out, and then we'll take it out and try to get the boost up to where it was at the track, and we'll see if it misfires. If it doesn't, then we know we fixed our problem. So. Okay, so I'm about to make a little test run right here, and I've pretty much got everything set the exact same way it was at the track. So it's a pretty good comparison, you know, apples to apples, as far as making one change, you know, doing the plugs, lowering the gap down to 18 thousandths, and everything else staying the same, and let's see what happens. So I'll put the camera in the back just to kind of give you guys a view of the whole car and all that. So but yeah, let's give it a try. right, guys, so that was a little nuts. I don't know if you saw it on video or not. I don't know if it's going to come through or not, but on that 1-2 shift, the whole car got sideways. That was extremely sketchy, and I don't know. I haven't looked at the log yet, but it did not skip a beat. I mean, it was just, I don't know. Once it started loading and making boost, it went crazy, and the tires just lit up, and the whole car went sideways. So let me go ahead and take a look at the log. Okay, so we didn't quite get it up to the previous. I made 2 little hits there. We're running a little lean too. Actually, quite a bit lean. Oh yeah, it's extremely lean. So yeah, we have it way too lean right now. So that's not good. Let me go ahead and look at that and see why it's doing that, and I'll have to work on that first before we even go any further. Okay, so I was getting some really wacky AFR numbers with the gap that small. So I went ahead and opened the gap back up just a little bit, up to 20 thousandths. So basically it was like 17, 18, and I went up to 20, so I moved it up 2. I'm not sure why it was doing that. The AFR was all over the place, like it was trying to compensate for something. So let me try it again, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so like I said, I put the gap back at like 0.20, and everything's running a lot better now. And you can see my my line is much straighter with the AFRs, and it's more in line. 0.77, 0.78, 0.79, 0.78, 0.80, 0.79. So as you can see, everything came right back. So I'm wondering if it's possible that the gap was so small that I was getting like small misfires, which was causing fuel to not be burnt. And then the correction the correction that's on the ECU was trying to compensate for that, and it was the AFRs were going woo like this all over the place. And the only thing I changed was putting the gap back up a little bit, because I had it like at 16, 17 when I looked closer at the plugs, and it actually got so hot on one plug it actually cracked the plug. So it was doing some really funny stuff. Now that I brought the gap back to 0.20, everything is much smoother, much more in line. So now we can start going ahead and raising the boost, because what I did was I lowered the boost just to see if I can get like a baseline, just to see what was going on. And so yeah, I can raise the boost now. Let's see if see what we can do. See where it goes from there. But yeah, I never knew that the spark plug gap played this much of a role in how it acts. So, but this is interesting. You know, if you guys have any information, like any experience with this, please leave a comment, because this is definitely stuff that I'm learning that I don't, this is all new to me. Back in my nitrous days, we would just check the plugs for, detonation, and, we'd gap them at a certain gap, and that's it. So anyway, let me go ahead and raise the boost, and we'll kind of creep up on it and see what happens. Okay, so I made a few more little runs there and logged them, and everything looked really good. It was really smooth, no spark blowout or anything like that. I got it up to where I had it at the track, and it accelerated fine, and I think I found the sweet spot with those plugs. So yeah, if anybody else has, like I said earlier, if anybody else has information about this, the spark plug gap on these things, yeah, definitely let me know. It definitely takes some playing with. I had to bring it back a little bit, because I think I gapped it too low, and it was just throwing everything off. But as soon as I brought it back, it started coming back in. So I don't know. Hopefully y'all learn something. I'm learning as I go with this. So hopefully you guys are learning along too. So, but anyway, that's going to do it for this video. hopefully we'll get it back to the track so we can actually do some like real testing, not just rips on the street. You know, I can't get full runs on that because, as you could see, I about lost control of the car out there. So it's a little sketchy, especially when we're getting into that 30, 35 pounds of boost. It is uncontrollable on the street. So yeah, it is what it is. I got to be real. I got to be careful. I don't want to put this in a ditch. So all right, guys, that's gonna do it. I will check you all next time.